So it looks like Howard Dean now wants to be the chair of the DNC. I can't believe this worthless, arrogant piece of trash is actually trying to advocate for being chair of the DNC again, especially after he backed Hillary Clinton and slandered Bernie Sanders in the media on a consistent basis. Howard Dean is a worthless piece of trash, and more so than anything, he wants to be chair of the DNC so he can reestablish corporate influence. And what it is simply this: if Howard Dean gets in as chair of the DNC, what he will do is base the Democratic Party on corporate money. So right now, Hillary Clinton was the establishment. The establishment got taken out because Hillary Clinton was it, so on and so forth. Howard Dean wants to reassert himself in the Democratic Party as the chair so he can reestablish the need for the Democratic Party to be run off corporate money. Because if Howard Dean is a Democratic chair, he can set up all the rules, the system, and make sure that the Democrats who are in office and who need to get in office need to rely on corporate money in order to fucking win. And that's why he's a piece of shit. And more so than anything, he backed Hillary Clinton. He said Hillary Clinton's the greatest candidate, this, that, and the other. Bernie Sanders can't win. Bernie Sanders is a nice dude. I know Bernie Sanders, but he can't win. He was wrong. Okay? So, people need to understand. People need to understand how fucking stupid Howard Dean is. He said Hillary Clinton was going to win all the time over Bernie Sanders, and he was wrong. If you want to talk about the person who's going to lead the Democratic Party into the future, you wouldn't choose one of the fucking idiots who let it off a fucking cliff. And more so than even that, all of that, even more so than that, he was a superdelegate who voted against his state. But the funniest thing about it is, I think it was Vermont went 90% for Bernie Sanders, but Howard Dean was like, no, screw the voters. Screw the voice of the screw the Democratic voice of the Vermont people. He literally said, there's a video out there. Howard Dean literally said, I'm not here to represent the voice of the people. I am not here to represent the voice of the people. This is the piece of shit who wants to run the DNC. You openly said, I don't care about democracy. I don't care about the Democratic vote. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. And that's the person who wants to lead the Democratic Party. You fucking seriously? Keith Ellison is the person who needs to run the DNC. And we can't stop there. We need to get people like Howard Dean out of the fucking party. This person, why is he even here? He shouldn't even be here. This piece of shit backed Clinton, and now he wants, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that. It's if I was a fucking fire inspector, and the last three, places are no, this is completely, it's fire. Everything is up to code. There's not going to be any problem with fires. And the three places burned down. I'm yeah, you know what? No, you should choose me to inspect your place of, fire possibilities. It's no, you burned down the fucking house. We listened to you. You fucked everything up. And now you want to be put in charge? Fuck failing upwards. I mean, these fucking arrogant corporate pieces of shit. Like Hillary Clinton, you know what I mean? Failing fucking upwards. She's the most hated candidate next to Donald Trump. And she lost to Donald Trump. How do you lose to Donald Trump? You become an uninspiring corporate piece of trash who is so egotistical that you run a campaign based off of yourself and not being the other candidate. I mean, fucking seriously. Who the fuck runs a campaign like that? Seriously, I just got to know. Does it ever, did it occur to anybody that maybe she might want to run an ad about what she was going to do for the country? Seriously. Where's her ad talking about how she's going to help with student debt, how she's going to help with climate change, how she was going to help, fight the Wall Street, the TPP, how she was going to, anything, literally anything besides her not being a woman and not being Donald Trump. That was her credentials. That was why she should be president. She's a woman and not Donald Trump. And she lost white women. How, that? I literally have no idea how you could be a bigger failure in anything. The only thing she ran on was being a woman and not Donald Trump. And white women didn't even vote for her. 10 points for Donald Trump. They voted in margins of 10 points for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. How horrible is that? And it's because of the fact they focused on her. It was like Hillary this, Hillary that. And I mean, all the people, like, just looking back, I'm just thinking about, like, those ads that they had, like the ads that the celebrities had, like, yeah, vote Hillary Clinton. You get to see Mark Ruffalo naked. Is it like, and it's just like, that's like a microcosm of the entire campaign. Literally, no, not because of the fact that she has good ideas that she's trying to implement. Vote Hillary Clinton so you can see Mark Ruffalo naked, because that's all we're giving you. That's all she was giving you. Like, literally. And it wasn't even her giving that. People were bending over backwards and be like, she's great, she's this, she's that. If she's so great and she wants to do all this, that, and the other, why hasn't she told anybody? Like, what was her vision for the country? But she didn't care. She pretty much thought that she could tell the American people, hey, I'm not Donald Trump and you don't want Donald Trump, so fuck you, you're gonna vote for me. And she lost. What an abject fucking failure she is. Like seriously. Let me run this down for all the people who are skeptical about her hubris and arrogance. Bernie Sanders nearly beat her in the primaries, but if it wasn't for the system being rigged in her favor, the corporate media not only donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to her campaign personally, and all the money she was getting from Wall Street and the corporation, so on and so forth, she would have fucking lost. And the superdelegates fucking stacked it in her favor enormously. And most anti-democratic, most anti-corporate Democrats fucking ever. 440 superdelegates supported her before a single Democrat could voice their Democratic opinion. Those are the people who are worth a piece of this shit. But on top of that fucking shit, oh my god, I hate her so much. Like, she failed this country so miserably. Top of that shit, after she gets the nomination, who does she choose for her VP? Tim Kaine, pro-TPP and Wall Street asshole. That's who she chooses for her fucking VP. And then they fucking fired Debbie Wasserman Schultz for being corrupting the system for Hillary Clinton, and she hires her the next fucking day, or the day of. And right there, you think, that's, like, horrible. What kind of idiot does this? I mean, if you were going to unify the party, you wouldn't do those things, but that's not even where it ends. Turns out the person that got put in Debbie Wasserman Schultz's place was also a person that the entire time was cheating for Hillary Clinton. During the primaries, she was weighing down the scales against Bernie Sanders and for Hillary Clinton. Fucking Donna Brazile. Another worthless piece of trash. And this is who, like, supposedly we're supposed to be inspired by. She literally spit in the face of every Bernie Sanders supporter, every true liberal who wanted true change, who really wanted to tackle big issues. She gave them the finger this entire fucking election. And she expected to win. And more so than that, didn't run a fucking ad talking about anything she was gonna do besides be a woman and not Donald Trump. And she lost white women. How, like, there is no bigger level of failure than what she did. She corrupted the entire corporate media backed her. Entire Democratic establishment backed her. All the fucking corporations backed her. And she still lost. And now Howard Dean, who is a part of that absolute fucking failure. That dumb piece of shit wants to run the DNC because he thinks we know what he thinks we should follow his direction. Fuck him. Like, seriously, fuck Howard Dean. That dude is a piece of shit. Immoral, undecent piece of worthless fucking corporate trash. He's a fucking lobbyist. This cocksucker is a lobbyist for the pharmaceutical Pfizer. He's a lobbyist for fucking Pfizer. And this cocksucker is a person we're supposed to trust to lead the Democratic Party in a new direction. This dumb shit literally drove the fucking helped drive the DNC off a fucking cliff. And he's the person we're supposed to follow towards this end goal. He's the person who just drove us off a cliff. He's the person that we should choose to lead the Democratic Party into the future. What a fucking retard. Have you ever seen The Big Short? This reminds me of it. The dude who just was so stupid and arrogant that he didn't realize that the shit had fucking crumbled, kept, trying to, like, yeah, everything's fine. The house is burning around me, but everything's fucking fine. Anyways, Howard Dean can go fuck himself. He's an asshole.